Hi everyone, I just wanted to shoot a short video explaining what I've been doing here. This is a Metroplex custom, obviously, and I've been working on it for about the last 3 weeks or so. I've always wanted to customize a Metroplex, and I've just been sitting on it for quite a while. And about 3 weeks ago, I started it, and along the way, I ordered some testers, fluorescent paints off Amazon, and I thought I would share this because you might benefit from it in case you wanted to do something similar to your figures. But what I wanted to do is, of course, capture the Cyberglow that you see a lot on the game and a lot of the artwork, as well as some of the other customs that are out there. And one of the benefits of having this paint is it reacts with the UV light. So as I started detailing in the entire figure, I was able to get this reaction, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a side effect of the actual paint. Of course, the most important thing is to know what does it look like during regular light, because obviously you're probably not going to have UV light in your house all the time, but it is kind of a cool effect. I did go ahead and paint the eyes. The light up feature still works. I'll try to activate that now. And you can see the light still comes through. For some of the darker areas, such as the black door, I had to use white as a base layer, usually a couple layers. And then I would put on both a tester's red and a combination of a tester's pink. The red unfortunately comes through. It looks a little bit more like just a really super orange. There is also an orange, but I just found the best way to get that Autobot glow was to use both a combination of the pink and the quote unquote red. I also tried some different ones called neon lights, which I use, or nights, and I use that on the gun, which are basically shuttles, of course, but now they've all been decked out with this uh, fluorescent paint. On this particular product, they say that it glows in the dark. Don't believe it; it doesn't. It does react with UV light, which is cool. But I did find the testers itself was actually a little bit better. I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that've got a lot more experience with this type of thing than I do. But this was just my first time trying it, and I just basically used again a lot of reds and orange, reds and pinks together, and then the helmet I used a combination of the yellow. The yellow is extremely strong. You have to be careful about how much you actually use because you'll kind of overload the presence, I think, of the figure. You can see here on the upper leg portion, I used the yellow for, I don't know what these things are. They're like floodlights. Also on the helipad on the back, as well as these. I don't know if they're missiles or floodlights, etc. But again, I've really been spending a lot of time on this figure. I'm glad that it seems to be done at this point. And I kind of did a lot of experimentation as I was looking through it, and just kind of scraping off paint and fixing things. I'm going to try to move this around so you can see the back. And my light's still on. Okay, you can see how I detailed in to the wheels. I really hadn't thought very much about the wheels on the back until I started painting it, and I noticed there's all these little grooves and such. There's a little Autobot symbol in the middle. I'm sure a lot of people already know about that. I tried to keep it kind of lighter on the back than I did on the front because there's just so many little nooks and crannies that you can put paint into. Um, and I filled in the propeller blade. I thought that was kind of a cool effect. And I made all the engines in the back orange. That was the only time I used just straight orange on the figure. And then the helipad, of course, is yellow. And let me go ahead and kill the light here as best as I can. Maybe it'll come through. So you can see kind of the full effect of the UV light on the figure. And it just is, again, it's a really kind of a cool effect. If you ever really wanted to use this on your collection, you can see that I kind of filled in all the windows, and I just used a flat steel color for the silver on the figure that seemed to be the best match from what I found. The red plastic I did paint over with a spray paint. The rest of the white figure I did leave intact. It is white, just like right as soon as it came out of the box. I did that because, of course, it was already white, and I wasn't really sure what I was doing in the very beginning. So I just thought it was best for me to leave white on there. I've seen some of the figures out there that are like super, super battle damaged and stuff. And again, I didn't really know what I was doing when I first started. So I just decided just to leave it as white plastic. And it was actually probably a good idea because there's a few times I actually had to clean up some extra paint and take that all off. And it would have been, I think, probably a lot harder if I was didn't have the base plastic down. The paint thinner really is your best friend. I had a few sections that I colored in and then I changed my mind, and I was able to take off the paint really quickly, and it was really very easy to use the thinner. And again, a lot of my inspiration, of course, was from the game and also some of the artwork. You see how the feet glow at the entrance. A lot of the doors glow, and of course, all the indentations. Pretty much, if you ever want to know what would it look like if you painted your figure, for all the indentations, you can see the arms are just full of them. They're everywhere. I was almost kind of thinking it's a little bit overkill. And this paint is actually kind of odd. At various times in the day, it actually will change. It seems like it changes color. 1 minute you look at it and it does look orange again, and then another minute it kind of looks red. And but I guess that's just the nature of UV reactions on paints. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm glad that it's done. And I'm gonna put it behind a glass case at this point. But I just wanted to post this video in case anyone has any questions, and just to let you know what's going on with this. Thank you. Bye.